If you've been thinking to yourself there hasn't been a new episode of Lost for a while, well, you're right, there hasn't. It hasn't been on since 2010, but that doesn't mean there aren't some great shows out there for people who like Lost. Should we go on a journey and find out what some of them are? Go on then.
Guys, where are we?
Well, if you'd given me a chance, Charlie, I would have told you that you are watching Screen OD on YouTube, and it's great to have everyone here, including the cast of Lost. Welcome from the island. If you're new to the channel, my name is Tim. I'm an editor and a journalist who has been talking and writing about TV, movies, and the entertainment industry generally for 15 years now. If you're not new to the channel, you already know that. I'm sorry for the repetition, but it is nice to keep saying it, isn't it? People like to hear the same things over and over again, I'm told. Well, we're not going to hear lots of the same things today because we're going to be looking at some of the best action, adventure, mystery, science fiction shows that are a bit like Lost. It was a phenomenon when it was on our screen in the noughties, the early noughties. Is that what it's called? The early noughties. Lost was one of those shows that kept people guessing for a long time. It was a show that was all about the answers. Now, we didn't get all the answers, but one thing that we did do was enjoy the journey getting there. And so let's find some shows for you that are similar to Lost, that will give you that Lost vibe, and, you know, more than a decade on, will take you back to the island, because we must go back to the island.
Don't tell me what I can't do!
Honestly, John, can you just chill out a bit? I'm trying to help the viewers find some great shows like Lost. Why'd you have to keep shouting?
I'll never forget the day I heard their plane had gone missing. What do you think really happened out there?
Okay, the first show on our list is Yellowjackets for you to go and watch. It's a SHOWTIME drama and it's a survival show, so there is a bit of Lost here already. There is also a plane crash and there is also a lot of mystery. We have time differences, time jumps. We have a 1996 storyline when the plane goes missing and crashes, and we also have a 2021 storyline when the survivors are living their lives much longer. The question is, what went on when that plane crashed and what happened in all the time that those people were missing? So far, so Lost. This is one that I think you should check out.
We agreed, say no more than we have to. The truth is, the plane crashed. A bunch of my friends died. And then the rest of us starved and scavenged and prayed until they finally found us.
I think we both know there's more to it than that.
Before we move on to the next entry in our Lost-alike competition today, just a quick reminder that if you are liking what you see, do consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button. So all you need to do is, well, I'll let Desmond tell you.
We need to push the button.
That's absolutely right, and don't let John Locke tell you anything else, Desmond. I'll see you in another life. Right, let's move on to our next entry, which is Heroes. Yes, it's a show that perhaps you don't think instantly feels like Lost, but actually when you scratch beneath the surface, what you have here is a show that is about a group of strangers who are brought together. They have complicated backstories, which we start to learn about as the show goes on. And yes, they do develop superpowers, which, you know, we don't have amongst most of the cast of Lost. However, there are, of course, supernatural forces at work on and off the island.
Busted like every bone in my body, stabbed myself in the chest. I've just a 2-foot steel rod through my neck and I don't have a scratch on me.
Next up is The 100 on our list of shows that are a little bit like Lost. This is the story of people who have gone and run away from Earth after a nuclear apocalypse. They are living in a space ark. I know it sounds a little bit far-fetched, but so some have Lost, to be honest. And they return to Earth. There are 100 delinquents go back to Earth. They are sent as a kind of search party to see if Earth is available to be inhabitable now that the nuclear kind of war is over. However, when they arrive there, they find that there are inhospitable conditions, and there are also inhospitable descendants of the people who did survive the nuclear war. Now, this has got a very others feel to it when they discover these people, and of course they're trying to make communication back with the space ark as well, which is kind of quite Lost-like as well. There's lots of elements to this that will definitely make you feel connected to Lost, and it's a good show too, so give it a watch.
We have no idea what is waiting for you down there.
It's so beautiful. The planet's simmering in radiation.
You know they've landed, but communications are down.
These wristbands are all we've got. Take them off and the Ark will think we're dying.
That's the point.
Now, if you want a show that's quite a lot like Lost, what you would probably have is an aeroplane takeoff and then there'd be loads of turbulence and something happen. Well, in Manifest, you get exactly that. But what happens next is not the plane crashes on an island and no one can find them, like in Lost, but actually the plane lands after the turbulence. But there's a twist. It's 5 years later and no one knows what's happened. During the season and during the series, we start to see that people are having visions. They're starting to understand bits and small parts of what happened during that time that they were missing. This is a great mystery. This is a great piece of adventure and science fiction that unfolds in front of your eyes. Definitely one for the Lost fan in your life, or that's you if you're a Lost fan.
We've all been missing, presumed dead for 5.5 years.
It's time again for the world to mourn the departed.
Disappearance of 2% of the world's population.
None of them are coming back.
Yeah, probably not.
So many of our loved ones were lost 3 years ago. We still wonder where they went and why.
This is a show that starts 3 years after what is known as the sudden departure, when 2% of the world's population, roughly 140 million people, vanish literally off the face of the earth. This is a story that is all about the mystery that unfolds. What happened to those people? And this is a show that has plenty to keep you interested.
All these years we've been deceived. A decade of my life of being led by my nose through a dead end. They police us, and spy on us, tell us that makes us safer. We've never been in more danger. Are you ready for this?
I don't know there's a choice.
There are few shows that have ever been made that have had more of an impact on science fiction. In fact, there are a few shows that have ever been made that have had more of an impact on television than the cultural phenomenon that has been The X-Files. In the 1990s, it was absolutely enormous, and even after that, it continues to be a show that science fiction fans go back to again and again. The central premise is the truth is out there, and Mulder and Scully are on a journey to uncover that truth. Now, the storytelling and the way that the program is put together is very different to Lost. But if mystery is the thing that you're after, if you want answers just like everyone did in Lost, then The X-Files is a show that is definitely always asking questions.
99 out of 100 times, kid goes missing. The kid is with a parent or a relative.
Well, what about the other time?
What?
You said 99 out of 100. What about the other time? The one!
In a way, Stranger Things is the show that The X-Files was to the 1990s, that perhaps Lost was to the early noughties. It's that phenomenon in science fiction that has really gripped the world. It's a show that everyone wants to know what it's all about. What is the Upside Down, and how is it ever going to be separated from the kids and the people of Hawkins? This is a show that will inspire you if you love science fiction. It's got brilliant soundtrack, it's got brilliant writing and fantastic performances from all of the cast. The Duffer Brothers, I'm sure, have taken some influence in the show at some point from shows like Lost. And if you haven't seen Stranger Things yet, go and watch it all, because there's going to be some more and it's going to be a fantastic ending. Okay, so that's it. That's some of the best shows that you can watch and stream if you love Lost. Now, there are quite a lot of different shows on the list, so there's hopefully something that takes your fancy. If you've enjoyed this video, why not hit that like button? And of course, you should subscribe to Screen OD to get all the best content direct to your feed. Until next time, go check out all our other videos, and I'll see you in another life, brother. See you back on the island.